Hello Blizzard fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Chinese and AmnesiA on Coda, the latter edition. Now this is a subscriber submitted replay. I will not spoil anything. I'm actually not sure what the result is, but it is a PvZ, which is my favorite matchup, so I'm really excited to cast this. Going to speed things up and introduce the players. In the bottom right of Coda, the latter edition, we have the Red Zerg player. It is Chinese. Pretty sure that's Chinese. I did some more research again, and basically what they say is if the characters are like really complex, there aren't many circles or anything like that in there, it's going to be Chinese instead of Japanese or Korean. So good to know. In the top left of Coda, the latter edition, we have the blue Protoss player. It is AmnesiA. Zoom, 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 zoom. And again, both players are doing a good job getting those harvesters out, making those probes best they can, using Chrono Boost and using double extractor. Whoa! 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 Easy there, Chinese. Crazy early lair. 1 minute and 29-second lair. Meanwhile, we do have a gateway and a photon cannon and a forge. A bit of a forge fast expand coming up here, which is interesting here. Chinese is trying to kill that, though, with whatever's going on at this point. AmnesiA is ready to go, ready for it with that cannon. What's it going to be, though? I cannot wait. Hatchery is morphing into a lair, and what's the next thing going to be? One base Zerg builds. This is crazy talk. Going to be a Hydralisk den, so like a Hydra Lurker push off one base. What is this? Is this Starbow? Is this Brood War? I don't know what to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but thank you so much for watching anyway. We're going to hold on to our hats together and see what happens. We are making a Zealot. Not a great choice. Hydras are really good. Yeah, Lurker. This is like the fastest Lurker rush I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, I think even this is faster than I saw in Brood War back in the day. Holy cow, 3 minutes. We have Lurkers coming out. And pretty much not interested in taking another base whatsoever. Just going to go Hydras. Going to morph them into Lurkers. Going to set siege to this front door, I have to imagine. And that's going to be it. That is huge. Wow. All right. So we scouted this at all for the Protoss player. Yes. Did see the morphing Lurker den. That's humongous. Overseer comes in as a quick scout as well. Boop, boop, boop. Are we going to drop in there? No, we're not going to do that. Okay. Morphing these Lurkers here in a pretty safe place. Overlord scouting on up to the right side, making sure there's not a third base to worry about, but pretty much injecting. Doing a good job spending the money, down 33 to 20 harvesters. This is really a pretty big all-in. Okay, there is now a base, but here come the Lurkers burrowing. And there we go, doing tons of damage to these buildings. And the Mothership Core comes up and is going to try to deal with that. Can it see these guys? Not anymore, not with that cannon gone. All right, so the Forge is going to die. This Gateway is going to die. Photon Overcharge is up, but it's too late. The Lurkers managed to burrow again. There we go. Throwing down, is it Envision? I always say this wrong. Revelation. Throwing down Revelation on the Lurkers. Good choice here from AmnesiA. Oh, shoot. Let's slow it down. Sorry, guys. Got a little bit caught up in the action. Revelation lasts for a good long time. Where is Revelation? Providing vision for the caster. Where is this guy? Revelation lasts for 43 seconds. Good golly. But the Lurkers say, I don't care if you can see us, we still do tons of damage with these spines, because everything the Protoss has is armored at this point, which means they get the extra damage from the Lurker, which is 43, 30 damage. 30 damage there, not 43, I am a crazy person. 3 bases coming up. Alright, so that Lurker attack didn't do a whole lot. Killing the Forge was nice. I think they got a gateway as well and a cannon, but it didn't do very much. It's still 39 to 29 harvesters. AmnesiA feeling very proud of him or herself for holding off that Lurker rush. That was crazy. Having a cannon was nice, but again, getting the scout off was better. I'm not sure what scouted to see that Lurker den, but it was smart and did a good job making sure he was prepared for that attack. And yeah, throwing down stasis wards. I love these things. Walnut introduced them to me in an earlier cast, which I think is very popular at this point for the use of the stasis ward. And anything that comes in here gets stasis for a good long time. How long does that last? 21 seconds, which again is forever in game time. Lurkers, do they see it? I don't think they can see it, but they're skirting it the same anyway. That's interesting. Lurkers say, don't want to go up there. And oh man, there's a Void Ray. That's a good answer to Lurkers. They cannot shoot up at all. These Void Rays will cook them for sure if they can find them. It's going to be the question. Sacrificial Overlord warns everybody. There are Void Rays out. Run home. Run as fast as you can. I'm going to explode. Boom. Can we actually... Yeah, Void Rays are as fast as Overseers. Overseer explodes as well into tiny pieces. And that's it. Is that the sound of more stasis wards going down? Yes, another one happened over here at this ramp. That's really good. Putting it at ramps makes a lot of sense, because units that attack and run up here get stuck. And I mean, you can't attack them while they're stasis. They're pretty much safe, but at the same time, they can't attack you, and allows you a lot of time to get up a defensive army, get a photon overcharge off on your Nexus. Your response time can be a little bit less than if this was just free and clear, like Zerglings, for example. But Lurkers moving up again, trying to do what they can, holding the Zelnaga Watchtower. What is Protoss working on back at home? Okay, going Mass Gateway. All right. I don't know if this is the right choice, but just because you know that the Zerg player has a Hydralisk Den, he can make Hydras because he has Lurkers, and Hydras do super well against Void Rays in most situations, maybe not all of them. Oracle swooping around, going to try to get some kills here at the 7-minute mark. There is a Spore Crawler, though I don't know how they're going to do. And they come on in and see the Spore Crawler and pretty much get the heck out of there. No, instead, what are they doing? Are they using their Pulsar? They are. Nope. Okay, Stasis. Okay, Stasis Sword here, taking a few shots to the face. Does manage to live though, but Stasising. Oh, one does die. Stasising all of these drones. They cannot harvest, which is pretty good. I mean, pretty much making drones unable to give your opponent money for this long is nice. It's 21 seconds, which is an eternity. That's a pretty good balance, I think. This Stasis Sword is still here. Again, it is cloaked, right? Permanently cloaked. You cannot see it unless you have an Overseer, but I think that Overseer that our friend Chinese had is dead. Do we have a replacement? No. But again, okay, there's a Spore Crawler right here. I am going blind. We can see this, which makes it all the more odd. Can we see this? Yeah. Yeah, knew it was there. Caught 3 drones in it anyway for some reason, but whatever. Production tab back up again. Upgrading to a Hive, 9-minute Hive. What's the intent here? Ultralisks? What attacks air very well? Because that is what your Protoss player is going. Mass Hydra is good against air. Oh, maybe Mutalisks with the, or Corruptors rather, with their Parasitic attack. Is that what it is? Parasitic Bomb. That can do a lot of damage to air units. Better against Mutalisks that are a little more flimsy, but can be pretty good against Void Rays as well, I have to imagine. Especially because they clump up so bad, and that ability does actually do splash damage. So, 4th base now, coming up for AmnesiA, feeling very, very brave. 3 base Zerg against 4 base Protoss. Not where you want to be, Chinese. Not where you want to be. What are you making with this Hive? Just getting upgrades? Is that pretty much it? Going for +3/+3? I don't see any other tech structures on the way. Really nothing going on here as well for AmnesiA. We're getting upgrades? Yes, getting upgrades for the Void Rays. That is a good choice. Now, okay, Fleet Beacon. Are we going to get carriers? Mothership Core! Oh, Mothership Core morphing into the Mothership. Wow, alright. What does the Mothership give us is the question. Upgrade to Mothership, Mass Recall, Time Warp. So Mass Recall is fun. Time Warp's okay. Cloaking nearby units is also nice, but we got rid of the Vortex, so that's not super useful anymore. I don't know. Okay, Vipers. We're going to go Vipers with this Hive and this Infestation Pit. So, alright, makes sense. Vipers are a good unit. Actually, do Vipers have the Parasitic Bomb? I think they do. I'm a liar. I said Corruptors. I meant Vipers, everyone. I apologize. Here comes the push now with a couple Oracles. Going to throw down some Stasis Hordes. I have to imagine Overseer now being made for Chinese. Making sure he can see cloaked units is always nice. Swooping around saying, alright, nothing really changed over here. Is there a base down here, though, is the question. Yes, there is. A newly popped base. Gonna throw down Stasis Swords. No, we are not. Hydra's really trying to get rid of these guys as much as they can. Throwing down... I always forget what it's called. Revelation. It is Revelation. I was going to say that, and then I second-guessed myself, and I'm so embarrassed. Revelation. More and more Spore Crawlers coming up everywhere. You want those against this mass army. Is it a Protoss air army that we're going to see? Yeah, cannons going up. This is pretty much going to be Void Rays and Motherships and maybe carriers? Nope, pretty much just Void Rays at this point. No carriers. Too bad. So sad. Either way, on here on Coda, pretty much even at this point, I'd have to say the Protoss player is definitely up, but he's just sitting back, which kind of hurts him. He's allowing the Zerg player to macro. He's now got 68 Harvesters, which is closer to where you want to be as a Zerg player, but maybe here comes the push that the Protoss player needs to win. That's going to be the question. A Lurker's here to defend. We have a bunch of Hydras, but really not that many. I don't think this is enough to deal with the number of Void Rays that are out, to be honest. Again, I said Hydras are good, but not when there are, you know, outnumbered 2-1. Stasis Field going down! Oh, and it does catch these Lurkers. That's big. You can pretty much keep units on this side of the base while you attack from this side of the base. I like this. I like this use of the new unit. Void Ray popping on down, and Lurkers are not going to be useful in this battle, so maybe it doesn't really matter, but We're making more Hydras. Yes, more Hydras in production. +3 missile attacks on the way. That is nice. There are no shield or plating defense upgrades on these Void Rays, which is super great. Oracle coming in, throw down Revelation on this hatchery for some weird reason. And yeah, Vipers have Parasitic Bomb, 125 energy, does 90 damage over 7 seconds to enemy ear units nearby, to N as well as the target. Ah, Void Rays! Oh no, they sniped down this base when I wasn't paying attention. Embarrassing. And mass recall? Boink! Yep, heading back on home to deal with the attack coming to the front base. Oh, Stasis Ward catches a ton of these Hydras. That is not a good place to be at all for a Zerg player. Another Stasis Ward on this ramp catches everybody here at the same time. What is left for the Zerg player is the question. Lurkers trying to burrow, but there are cannons. They can't. Oh, they're dying as well. Void Rays just melting what is left of this army, doing tons of damage, and there are carriers here now. The Zerg army is rallying forward and just dying. Hydras violently throwing their spines into the air, but not able to do much at all. They can see what's going on, but that's about it. Yoinking in the mothership and killing it, but I don't think it really... Parasitic Bomb going down on all of these Void Rays. Are they going to die is the question. Oh! All the Void Rays died. What? What? Okay, I knew Parasitic Bomb was good. I did. I thought it was... And these guys are so happy with themselves, wagging their tails. La 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 la. We just killed like 18 Void Rays. Whoa! I knew it was good. I did not know it was that good. Making Tempest now, our Protoss player AmnesiA. A couple... I mean, all that's left here are 3 carriers and 2 Void Rays. Okay, Parasitic Bomb is super, super great, especially if you don't split your units. Apparently splitting is what you have to do in LOTV at this point. If you don't split, you're just going to die. But Carrier comes in, wow, melting down a lot of stuff there, being forced to pull out, running away. And all of these Interceptors are left behind, being killed by these Spore Crawlers. No big deal. Boom, boom. Both dead. The player Armageddon heads back on home, not really interested in continuing this fight really too much longer. And, yep, we have Tempest. Tempest, or why do we have Tempest? They do 36 damage. They're super ranged. But they shoot so slow. Maybe we use the Disintegration ability. Where's Disintegration? There it is. 550 damage is enough to kill a Viper, right? Oh yeah, definitely enough to kill a Viper, but it just takes so long to do it. It's 67 seconds to do it. 57 seconds, almost a whole minute. Which, again, in-game time is pretty much real time at this point, so nothing much to worry about there. Hydras, Vipers, Overseers coming on in to try to deal with this composition of Carriers and Tempests and Mothership. So a little bit of a push coming on over to the left side. Going to try to catch these Void Rays, or we can get Parasitic Bomb off the Tempests. Parasitic Bomb going down there. Doesn't do enough damage to actually kill a Tempest. Good job splitting that one off from the rest of the group. Oh no, it gets sucked in and died. Abducted, rather. Here comes the push in. Are we going to be able to win is the question. Oh, okay, so 1 Disintegration going down. Parasitic Bomb going down on all the Carriers, and the Void Rays doing a lot of damage, yanking in the rest of them. And the Carriers doing tons of damage here to the Hydras as well, trying to kill those Interceptors. Instead of focusing on the Carriers, they do get 1. They're trying to get these Void Rays at the same time. Parasitic Bomb, I think, has worn off, and all these units are still alive. Not as great a hit as the last time that we saw. And yes, the Zerg army is being forced to retreat, forced to go back home. As we zoom back in here on this fan, which is kind of on fire and stopping intermittently. Let's not get distracted, though. The Protoss Sky Toss army, that's what it is. Sky Toss is here. What, the +3 attack here for those air units? That is huge. We're moving along. I don't know what's going to be left here for the Zerg player. There are a lot of Spore Crawlers, but that is about it. And Oracles do super well against Spore Crawlers. Ooh, they do manage to get 1 Viper that hatches. Try to get out of there. It wasn't able to do so quite as quickly. Carriers, again, Carriers are just so good in certain circumstances. Sky Toss, I mean, we don't see a lot in tournaments just because it's not amazing, but these Tempests are pretty much sitting back, pounding on this particular hatchery that still has a lot of minerals left here. This does not look good for Chinese. Macro Hatch is here, and 53 Harvesters to 73 in favor of the Protoss player. He pretty much has never lost a base, which I think is super useful when winning StarCraft, is never losing a base, especially if you have 5. Either way, SkyToss says, we have sniped this base. We shall now move around slowly to the left side and attempt to snipe this base again for the 2nd time. Or maybe just going to get a lucky spot on this base and kill it before it actually pops. Reinforcements coming in the form of Carriers and the Mothership. Coming on in, it is now 196 to 129 supply, a huge advantage for our Protoss player AmnesiA. I don't know what's going to happen Pushing on in. Did he know this was here before now? He did. Must have scouted it with an Overseer. But either way, this guy dies immediately. Really just setting up a perfect contain on the Zerg player is the Skytoss AmnesiA. Pushing out with a bunch of Vipers. Again, good. A bunch of Hydras. I just don't know if it is enough. Like, maxed out Roach or maxed out Hydra Viper would probably be enough here, but as it stands, I just don't know what's going to happen here for the Zerg. Oh, are we going to get the Mothership? Yes, yanking it in, focusing it down with those Hydras, but at the same time taking damage from behind. Stasis, oh, Time Warp actually coming down. So many Interceptors here, pretty much keeping everybody busy while the carriers escape. I guess that is one use for that ability. Where is it? Launch Interceptors? Graviton Catapult. Nope. Release Interceptors. Yeah, that is what it is. Launches all the Interceptors at the target point. So pretty much good way to keep everybody, yeah, keep that from happening, for example. Hydra's pretty good unit, especially with +3/+3. Sniping down carriers, sniping down Void Rays. And they're surviving a little bit better than I thought. Another carrier goes down. One more carrier. Are we going to get all the carriers? I think there are enough if we focus, but no, the Hydras are killing Interceptors instead of carriers. Reinforcements coming up, and yes, every single carrier does fall. All that's left are Tempest. They just don't do super well. They just kind of hit too weakly and hit too infrequently to be that good, but we're going to send Hydras against them anyway because we need to take care of them. But yeah, alright. I didn't think there were enough Hydras to actually do it, but you know what? I think there were. AmnesiA now has another base, though. Man, Chinese is in so much trouble, and that's it. Chinese calls the GG. AmnesiA is victorious. Protoss does win using the Skytoss. The early Lurker Rush doesn't do all that Chinese hoped that it would. I'd like to see that again, though. Maybe against a player that doesn't get an early cannon, just because I don't think we see those very often in Protoss versus Zerg, is that early cannon, so... Either way, thank you so much for watching. This has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. I do daily Legacy of the Void casts. Subscribe to catch those. Hit that like button to share it with your friends. And everybody will be happy. Also, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all /FalconPaladin. Very easy to find that way, very easy to remember. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support, and you take care of yourself.